the random bullshit that I'm saying. That's just vicious mockery.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I did cast Enhance ability, so that makes sense. But why am I missing 4 HP?
I don't know. Oh, because you stabbed yourself with the syringe.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, the syringe I have?
I took
Yeah, but you gave it to,
back the session before our last one.
Those are
Okay.
full casters, right?
I don't think
Everyone is except me and Archer. Archer, Lorelei, whatever.
I think, yeah, we're
Cool.
mostly full
I asked
casters.
if bards were full casters.
Yes, everyone here except me and Lorelei are full casters.
Bards
I'm asking
are
about the
indeed full
class.
casters.
The class called Bard.
Yes, they are.
Yes, I'm a full caster.
Cool.
How?
Either way, this answers your question, Kevin.
I was like, cool. I don't know about the party if they're a full cast. I want to know about the class specifically.
One of the party members is a bard.
Yeah.
I wasn't recognizing that at first. My brain's slow. It's not Burr.
Oh god.
Is there like a half spellcaster class that works with bard spells?
No.
Not really.
No.
Not the bard list, at least.
So it's not like ranger.
There's only 2 half casters that use a different caster spell list, and that's Arcane Trickster and
Eldritch Knight.
Eldritch Knight, which uses the Warlock and the Wizard spell lists respectively.
Yeah.
No.
You can count Blood Hunter, but that's
both
also
Arcane Trickster. No, Arcane Trickster and Eldritch Knight both use Wizard. The one you're thinking of is that new subclass of Blood Hunter.
Oh, okay. That uses Warlock.
Anyways, ahoy there, mates. So here today, and today we're playing D&D.
Yes, we are.
No, we aren't. Everyone boot up Overwatch. We're starting a stream.
I will murder everyone.
I don't have it on PC.
We're playing Destiny 2.
I've never played Overwatch, so...
It's not
understandable.
good.
Understandable. Have a normal life.
It's not that it's not good. It's just not good anymore.
Yeah.
It might have been good at one point.
I mean, I do remember having fun with it one time. But then they nerfed May.
But Team Fortress 2 is my jam.
Anyway, back to the game.
Please.
Yeah, we are doing D&D. We're not doing it wrong.
I thought it was Warframe.
Warframe stream starting up.
Too many people right now.
I tried to do that once, but Warframe just kept
Warframe's
crashing.
not crossplay, is it?
Not yet.
I do want to say, I actually do have a tabletop role-playing game that is based or inspired by Warframe.
Yeah, I've shown us that.
One day I will actually play.
Yeah.
But
I would love to do like a one-shot of that just to try it out.
Oh,
anyway,
by the way, those that are part of my D&D session on Saturday.
The actual story.
Sorry, I've actually just muted Silver right now because I'm trying to get through this and not listen to things.
That is fair. Mr. Ingrid, do you want to try and give the recap this week?
Right. No, I don't want to, but if you're going to force me.
I'm not going to pin you down and...
Yes, you're forced. Do it now.
We'll all pin you down.
Get him, boys!
Alright. Let's see here. So... last session was just mainly a shopping day of sorts for the group, wasn't it? We all went out and got things.
I stabbed Uda.
Some of it.
Some of it, yeah. At least the first half. At least the first half was Blood Hunter, whatever it is. Lorelei went off and got a friend or something. I tried to get a new magical item, but all they would ever give me is more questions than a beer mug that will never stop. You prick.
An infinite rusty mug. You could have bought it.
Yeah, you're right, but I'm not giving up a diamond just so that I can have more drink.
That's your fault, not mine.
Sorry for being smart. And then the second half was basically us losing T10 because T10 decided to sell himself and stuff.
T10 sold himself.
I mean, it was kind of a difficult situation, but yeah. Look, I could explain this worse if you really wanted me to.
I think
No, I just
T10
love the
and
idea of
Uda
sold
are
himself.
now going to the Myers place for a dinner?
No, I went. So, I had those maps of the trading routes, and I tried to go sell it to the Meyer family. And when we met up, it turned out he was more interested in me rather than the maps.
Okay, then.
I mean, is it really all that surprising that a fucking Meyer, a descendant of Germain, is more interested in the cyborg than a few
I don't
maps?
see your point, Rue.
You could have made them completely different, but no, you had to keep them like their father, didn't you?
Motherfucker,
Hey, I didn't kidnap anybody.
I beg to differ.
Okay, yeah, I think he visited Gallatin a few times. Let's be honest.
I wasn't kidnapping.
No, I
Look,
was.
my personal perspective of children tends to be they are either very similar to their parents or they actively try to be the opposite of them. Strongly depends on how they were raised.
Yeah, I can see that.
But nevertheless, we find ourselves back in the Myers mansion. T10 currently locked in a room with Zane Meyer and the giant bodyguard robot Ares. Uda was being escorted out of the building by Bologna, and Bologna escorted him to the room that Mr. Ingrid is currently staying in. Mr. Ingrid, you have been doing whatever you're doing, snacking on some food or whatever you ordered, if you ordered anything.
Yeah, I would have ordered some dinner and a drink.
You got a nice fine wine, a nice healthy plate of food, and you're finishing up your last bite as you hear a knock, knock, knock.
Or is it?
As the door swings open, and it is Bologna, and you see just past her is Uda, as she, well, howdy there, Mr. Ingrid. I do hope you're enjoying your meal, but sorry to cut things short, but it is about time for you fellas to make your way on out.
Alright, thanks. Alright, let's go back. Where's T10?
Hanging back.
Why?
They had extra business, they said.
As Bologna pipes in, that is correct. There were a few last-minute papers that had to be signed, and T10 will be joining you fellas outside.
So check.
Roll insight.
You see my face. You see my face. I am pissed looking at her and the entire place.
The advantage
right.
if that would work.
You know what? Fuck it. I will give you advantage and I will tell you what you see. As you look at her.
26.
As you look at her, She has this just permanent, welcoming, joyous smile across her face, perfectly still. Her body completely still outside of whenever she's moving her arms or starts to walk. There's literally no indication whatsoever whether she is lying or telling the truth.
Holy shit.
Oh, shit!
You can't get a read off of her at all.
She's that damn good.
Sure. Yeah,
Either
I'm
that
looking
or
pissed off.
complete.
You can easily tell something's wrong.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Looking at Uda, you can tell maybe there's something up. Looking at Bologna, you can't help but get uncomfortable with just the lack of any vibe from her. And with that, she turns and starts escorting you two down a hallway.
Start whispering to Uda what really happened.
I slowly slow down on my pace to try to keep distance from Bologna.
Keep pace.
Okay. Your decision, since you've known him longer. Do you want backup?
Yeah, we'll need backup.
And we continue walking.
She escorts you guys down. What would I? Both of you go ahead and give me a history check. The best check.
Yay! Intelligence.
History. Hooray!
Ow!
Hey!
All right, that was pointless. So she escorts you
Shut
guys
up,
out. She walks you guys.
Success.
I don't care about Myers.
God damn it.
Fuck you, T10.
One time we don't need you, T10.
The one time.
All right. She escorts you guys up, you two, to the front door. And as soon as you guys get to the front door, you can't help but notice it opens on its own. As she just, sort of gestures. Now you fine gentlemen enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Would my passive perception be able to tell if I could see any hinges maneuvering on themselves? Wait, my passive perception was 18.
He said history. I don't think that counts.
No.
No, he's asking something else.
Oh, never mind.
Your passive perception would have went up with proficiency.
I didn't realize. Sweet.
Yeah, because
it's 18.
Wait, what's up with proficiency?
Yes.
Yes.
If you're
I thought it was just wisdom modifier.
If you're proficient in perception.
If you're proficient in that stat, you get a boost.
Oh. Okay, yeah, that would do it.
Yeah, it's something that you wouldn't physically change. It'll update on your sheet if it did.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that off.
I think that happens.
I would say yeah, you can. I would say you can tell that it's a mechanism that opens them, but as far as you can tell, that's all it does. It just opens the door. There doesn't seem to be anything that's like detects when to open the door.
Can I see any security cameras?
There are the black orbs that are hung up sort of in the corners of the room.
Okay.
You can't quite tell if they're security cameras, but you could maybe take a lucky guess and say they might be. But as soon as you guys step out that door, just the doors slam right behind you.
You know, he has a real tendency to get keep doing these things.
Yeah, that's why I want to keep on getting an eye on him.
And I assume you two are wanting to return to the house and get back up?
Yes. This is not a two-man raid.
Then I will go to you, Eternity. Did you want to attempt anything, or do you want to try?
I am sitting down and eating for exactly 10 minutes.
Exactly 10 minutes. Okay.
Exactly on the second 10 minutes.
Zane is just sitting there, enjoying another glass of wine. Ares stares at you intently as they get.
Surprisingly, this has been an overwhelmingly good evening, other than the last part. I hope you wouldn't mind as long as I cooperate not to manhandle me in any sort of way. Possibly?
I mean, if you're willing to just tell me, what you are, how you do, stuff like that, it kind of saves me the trouble of dissecting you.
That's the funny part. I don't really understand myself.
Well, see, there's the problem. I would want to know what you're all about. So if you don't have the information to tell me, I'm going to have to take it. I mean, I'll knock you out. You ain't going to feel nothing or nothing. I'll put you back together where you're supposed to be. Mostly.
Well, that's certainly lovely. I don't know if I'd survive that. I am a person, if you were wondering.
I mean, as much as you got person in you, you got parts too.
Fair enough. I'm going to stand up and casually walk up to the right side of the room and just knock on the side of it. Does it sound, based on my knowledge of the building, do I think there would be a hallway on the other side of this wall?
When you were led to this room, it was on the far end of the building, but sort of kind of in the middle. You could guess there is either another hallway or possibly another room on the other side of this wall. Though knocking on it, you can't tell how far.
Okay, well, it was a pleasant conversation, and I'm going to cast Blink.
All right, go ahead and post Blink there real quick for me.
Thank God you can jump into the astral plane.
Yep.
Ethereal plane.
One action, roll d20, end of your turns. Spell. Roll 11 or higher, you vanish into a plane. Hey, welcome, brother.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm late.
You're fine, man. We got just a little bit started here. T10 is attempting to escape. So, casting Blink, go ahead and give that d20 roll.
Oop.
Damn it.
Oh no.
Can I use Lucky on that or no?
You're not the DM. You're not the DM, Alex.
I'm going to say no, because it's not any sort of like ability check or saving throw or anything. It's just to see how the spell functions.
Fair enough. Then I'm going to walk backwards as far away from areas as I possibly can in the room. Well, I mean,
Zane kind of looks at you.
To ask where I've gone. I just kind of walked into Tio Mansion and vanished. That can't be great for public image.
Zane kind of grins slightly as you see him sort of knock on the side of Ares. Could you make sure he doesn't go nowhere real quick for me, buddy? As all of a sudden you see Ares's light, sort of eye holes light up for the briefest moment, and you feel your blink fail as you fall into an anti-magic field.
Oh.
Yeah, I had the feeling that would happen. Does it seem to be emanating from his eyes, or what?
It is certainly from his eyes.
Okay. Well, interesting.
Now look, public image and all, doesn't always matter, really. Number one, you're nobody. Ain't nobody knows who you are, what you are. Believe you me, if you were some famous person, I would have heard about you by now. As far as anyone else is concerned, you're some person that came to the manor and they'll forget about you just as fast.
Huh. Interesting. Well, I suppose that is partially true.
Look, let's go ahead and just get this over with. Now, I can have Ares here just, pummel you until you pass out, but we've got enough drink here to, make the whole town fall on their ass. So go ahead, drink yourself into a stupor.
Well, that is certainly a more pleasant way to do this. Do I feel like Ares' vision would pass through objects, or would it be limited by something blocking his view from
me? I could certainly say you could test that, but it's going to be quite obvious if you do it.
Table and sit down, and I'll try and just use my hand to cast minor illusion, make a little apple or something in my hand underneath the table without his vision on it.
It would not work.
Okay. Interesting. Well, we certainly don't need to be unpleasant, and as I previously said this evening, I don't really drink. But you could have your big robot friend over there guide me to wherever I'll be staying.
Damn. No, this ain't like a prison cell situation, buddy. This is happening right now.
Working on me tonight. Hasty, aren't we?
Look, I'm a busy man. I've got a lot of things to do. I don't have enough time to just, go lock you in a cell and have you stay here till next Tuesday.
Well, with how much you've been drinking, I would hope you'd wait for the morning.
Oh. Funny story about that.
And all that.
Funny story about that. Want to see something fun? He picks up his glass.
Go ahead.
He picks up his glass, and you see through the glass it's full. And as he goes and pours it upside down, nothing comes out of it. Until he lifts one of his fingers up, and then the glass empties.
funny trick right there. I can do something similar. Not at the moment though. You're keeping me busy on that front.
Oh, of course. Just in case you were wondering, Ares can keep this up all night. There's no time limit on him.
Oh, I didn't expect that to be. That would be far too convenient. Hmm.
Ball's in your court, friends. And I'm growing impatient for the serve.
I assume Ares is generally able to follow me with his eyes at all times.
For the most part, the room is fairly small. Aside from, having enough room, he can still stand comfortably in it. So all he has to do is generally turn his head outside of if you were the best way you could get out of his line of sight was if you managed to get behind him.
Yep. Well, one last attempt, my friend. In that case, if you don't mind me trying one more thing. And I'll run straight at Ares and try and slide underneath his legs and cast Blink.
Okay, give me a dexterity save.
Yeah.
Let's get Ares' stat block open. Ooh, it's a solid 18. Now let's see what Ares can do.
Hey!
So you go and you run, slide between Ares' legs as you just hear, as you look behind you and see that Ares has slammed his fist through the floor trying to grab you.
Can I see through that hole?
His fist is in it, so unfortunately, no.
His fist is in the
kind
hole.
of stuck right now.
Okay, well, we'll try Blink then. Real important roll here.
Yeah. Better
Come
roll.
on.
Come on. 11. Hey!
All right. How far is the wall from where I'm currently at?
Honestly, if you slid underneath Ares, you would have been maybe a foot or two away from the wall.
All right, then I'm going to go through that wall, 10 feet.
All right. And then, does it say you're able to dispel it whenever you want, or just when the spell ends?
It's not concentration, but usually you can end your own spells.
Yep, you can dismiss the spell as an action.
Yep.
So, you appear on the other side of this wall, and you look dead ahead of you as you are in a hallway. And as you stare at the wall for a moment, you watch these iron bars suddenly come trailing down the wall and form this sort of doorway looking thing. And with a flash, that doorway opens.
Run.
What?
What's on the other side of the doorway?
You don't get to quite see it. It appears to be kind of an empty black void, although you do get to see what comes out of the void. Da, 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 da. A chain with a sharp end comes shooting out of it.
Lovely.
Run.
Right into your thigh.
Yes, it does.
It would have been hilarious if you did it while yes, but actually no with a spell.
As you are currently grappled, as Bologna comes through the doorway. Now, I'm afraid to say Mr. Meyer is not quite finished with you.
Well, I think I'm done for the evening. I vanished. I'm going to go 10 feet down through the floor.
Assuming there's a basement.
Oh, I have to use my fucking brain for this. How the fuck does this work?
Wait, how many floors up is he?
We're on the first floor.
Yeah, you guys never left the first floor.
He's in the basement.
Yeah.
So he's got to hit the basement. Shit.
Hopefully he can find a way out.
All right.
Man, it's too bad no one knows you guys are in trouble.
We don't know that yet.
All right.
You think you're gonna mess yourself? I'll be there in a moment.
Also, I'm going to use my bonus action this turn to sacrifice sorcery points for a spell slot.
Okay.
Right. Is this the same day that I used Speak with Plants twice?
Yes.
Yes, this is the same day. It's just later that day. It's about next time by now.
Cool. I don't have any 3rd level spell slots.
And
so
actually, for the sake of further Bologna issues, I will use my action to cast Mirror Image.
Okay. As you arrive in the lower floor, the first thing you take notice of, it is nearly pitch black. I don't think you have dark vision, do you?
No.
So yeah, it's pitch black. Wherever you are, there are no lights.
What does it take to summon your familiar again? An action?
An action in 10 minutes?
No, not like from the dimensional space you store it in.
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to read that one. But with that juicy bit of time, let's go ahead and cut back to Mr. Ingrid and Uda. You guys have run through the town to get back home to try and gather up your friends. So everybody's hanging out, having a drink, eating a sandwich, whatever. As
on the way, I
Uda
will ask
Ingrid
a question. Sorry,
literally.
Before we burst through the door, I will actually ask the question: what the hell does he want with him?
Well, you understand how.
I'm just gonna look over and be like, "What?"
Kevin, no.
Not you. Yet. You're not here.
Not yet, dumbass.
We're doing some time shenanigans. That's usually my job, but sure.
Okay.
Shut up. You can't be the only one that does timey wimey.
Guys, so next Tuesday is when me and my fiance get married.
Awesome.
Shit, all right.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm having a bunch of guys come over. We're going to go to the courthouse. Sam's going to be the witness. And then we come back, have a lot of close people, including most of my card playing team, my good homies. They'll come over. Jonathan, one of my teammates, he's also a baker. He's making a cake for us. Awesome. And then, do you know this early if we're having D&D next Wednesday?
We should be. I'd have to double check things.
Okay, cool. No, just because I might be a little late, because the day after I get married, Essence wants to take me on a cruise of different art galleries and art museums we haven't been to in eons. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know. So if I run late, you'll know why. But yeah, let's continue on.
Dude, enjoy your time. Don't worry about us.
Yeah, I'm a little high right now. I had some gummy worms.
Nice.
Anyways, Ingrid, Uda, go!
I've already asked the question. What the hell does he want?
Well, you should understand how fucking people are sometimes. Yeah, they're a bit interested in one thing and then they're, obsessed with what their father did, apparently. I couldn't tell you about that. As I pull out the coin purse from my side, I do think we're going to need some more firepower, though.
We're splitting that later.
As on the way there, I'm going to see if I can buy myself a hunting rifle.
Fair enough. Okay, I'll get to the team first then.
Do you have?
Meet up at the front gates.
I don't need to. No, I'm still with you. I have my coin purse.
Oh, right, yeah.
Wait, did you buy a working gun?
Yes! Because it's not magical. I forgot about that.
Oh my god.
So how much gold do you have?
300 exactly.
Yeah.
That changes things. Shit.
Mainly because Uda is basically keeping all the money.
Yes, we know
Keeping
this.
what?
I said basically because Uda is keeping all the money.
Yeah. Now, how much is a hunting rifle?
Honestly, you're gonna have to give me a minute. Because I remember we set like a pistol somewhere in the 250.
You know, there is an actual equipment called hunting rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Look up
problem is
is it like a
Prices can be pretty world specific.
True, but
Yeah.
if we're going to go off of the official, it is
There's
not
an
listed.
It's not listed in this thing. That's why I'm trying to see
I
with the
guess it
DM.
depends on if you want a
All right.
good one or
I'm
not.
seeing with the DM. Please calm down.
I have found something. Your standard musket is going to set you back 500 gold.
What the fuck?
Pistols are 250, so a long range rifle kind of makes sense to be about 2 times that.
Oh, did you remove our old sheets?
Yeah, I
They're
noticed
still
that.
here, you just can't access them.
All right, I was gonna check Jermaine's sheet if we listed it anyway.
I don't think we would have listed the price, but either way. 300 is not going to get you that. You can buy another pistol if you want to, but
Okay, you said long range. My pistol technically has a range of. What if I buy a shotgun then, since it technically is shorter range?
Okay, we're not basing it off the range. We're basing it off the size of the gun. You're not getting me on that technicality, motherfucker.
But no, the second I can't buy it, I start splitting off. I'll see you at the gates.
Yep.
And I'm going to the richest looking cart.
Steals
I
money to
immediately
buy
know
a
which one it
gun.
is.
Richest looking cart and going to the marketplace?
Yes.
Okay. It is very late in the evening, but I would say you can manage to find a pretty fancy looking cart somewhere around in there.
It can be the floating one or some actual rich cart. I don't care.
You see a high elf currently packing up his crystal cups and mugs and bowls, calling it a day, getting ready to put away his shop for the evening.
Wait, is this the same elf that Lorelai was talking to last time?
Maybe.
Isn't the elf I talked to and found out about this place?
You let the DM talk, and you might get your answer.
You talking about Xavier?
No, not Xavier. It's
the other one.
During your drunken stumbling, you came across a high elf that sells glassware.
Oh yeah, that's when I was drunk. that session, I was drunk in real life and then drunk in. Oh boy, I make good decisions when I'm intoxicated.
This is the richest cart you find just right away. As he's packing up his crystal glassware and everything.
Oh, thank God you have expensive objects. As I run down and slam my hand on his
sound good.
on his cart.
I'm like, you good there, buddy?
He's got like a display table sitting there.
Forget how to English?
as he jumps and almost drops one of his crystal bowls, and it's just, oh, 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 my word. Hello.
I pull out a single diamond and put it on the table. I need a pricing.
Sorry, sweetheart. Sorry, sweetheart.
Well, I'm not much of an appraiser, but
and then I
I
play
could
against a bot to learn some stuff, and then
try to
it
give
helps me
a
learn.
good
Plus, I do
guess.
the online tournament at the time. That's on this. Yeah, no, this is I'm
He,
practicing. It starts soon.
he sets
Yeah.
down his bowl
And I'll be able to do
and
both.
picks up the diamond and
I know how to multitask.
looks it over, spins it around in his hand, just kind of inspecting it. I could. Well, if I couldn't craft this into a object myself, I suppose I could sell it for enough gold to get me something nice. We'll say 250 gold.
280.
Persuasion roll.
Yeah.
This is why I am the person with the most persuasion.
No, I believe 250 is a very generous offer.
Okay, that's fine.
Very well. He goes over to his cart and pulls out a little lockbox, places the gem in there, and pulls out 250 gold.
As he puts all that gold on the table, I put down 300 gold on that table. I pull out the coin purse in front of him and push it all in front of that on the Reaper.
Even the Reaper looks at you, looks at the pile of gold, looks at you, just like he can't speak, but he's just a face of like, really?
That is 550 for a hunting rifle.
All right. He reaches out, takes up the bags of gold, sinks down into the coin purse, and just barrel first, a hunting rifle comes poking out from the coin purse as this high elf is just staring at this whole situation like,
Thank you. Have a good one. As I wave with 2 fingers and run off.
All right. A hunting rifle is a 2-handed weapon that does 2d10 piercing with a close range of 80 and a long range of 240. And if I had to guess, you were going to take some time and put your infusion into this damn thing. Or are you going to keep it on your?
Take, because I think I have to wait. I believe.
I think it's a short rest.
No idea.
Yeah, short rest.
Just so you can see it.
Do.
Nope, long rest.
Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, whenever you finish a long rest.
So
So you have the hunting rifle. No ammunition for it.
I mean, you could use the 50 gold to buy some ammo.
So he poured all 550 into it.
Okay, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
What would ammo be?
Well, either way, let's get back to Alex, who has to explain the situation.
Yep.
Yes.
Mr. Ingrid
kicks in the door, startling everyone.
Oh!
On your feet, now!
What? What happened?
Already standing, but okay.
Alright, now, get outside. We gotta go save T10.
What did he do this time?
None of your business.
Hold on,
I
I think I have a hammer.
Less questions, more moving!
Okay, sheesh! At least care to explain what's going on?
Maybe.
No, fuck you.
Perhaps.
I'm not going in there blind.
Don't blame you.
We all are.
I
Like,
don't.
oh, I want to go in there blind. Like, no, I get it.
This is a bad idea.
Oh, absolutely.
Murder
Really?
Town. Would I
All
have
right,
had
it
a?
will-
Would the time before this count as a short rest?
Fuck no.
No. Okay.
Probably
Cool.
not.
You basically
I
sat
have.
down for 10 minutes and I've already busted the door down.
Hmm. Yeah, you haven't had any sort of rest yet. You're all wherever you're at. But it will take you guys, anywhere 15, 20 minutes to make your way back up the mountain, even running as fast as you can manage. So with that, we will bounce back to T10. You're in a pitch black basement.
All right, I assume I didn't bring my gear for the most part, but I will reach into my pocket and pull out a bullseye lantern, filled and already lit.
Okay.
I feel like that would be a fire hazard, but okay.
As you light up the lantern and sort of kind of take in your surroundings, you find this place is trashed. You appear to be in, bizarrely, a steel corridor. There appear to be chunks of the wall kind of rusted out, missing panels exposed, revealing cords and cables, even some wires just kind of dangling out.
Okay. What directional choices do I have?
In the corridor you're currently in, you have left and you have right.
All right. One is left, two is right.
I mean, you could just point your lantern to see.
I'm running right.
All right.
Not the smartest decision, but okay.
I'll move a full dash, 60 feet.
Oh, excuse me. As you go on through the corridor, one thing you notice is this isn't as tight of a corridor as you'd expect. Or, my bad, I'm explaining this wrong. You go down the corridor, and you find the hallway opens up to a much larger hallway. You have to go down a small flight of stairs that leads to kind of more of a maybe like a 15 by 15 size, like 15 high, 15 wide kind of other hallway. This one appears to be a little better in terms of maintained. At the very least, there's not rust or holes. Maybe there's a few exposed wires hanging down from the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
But the place is horribly dusty. Looks / feels like no one's been down here in forever. And almost as soon as you reach the bottom of that staircase, you hear very slow clanking.
Ha.
Wait.
As it's still pitch black, but you definitely hear something coming from the right.
From the right, as in front of me?
You come down a staircase into the middle
into
of this
a
hallway.
large room.
It's another hallway. Although this hallway seems to
How
curve
much of my
around.
movement did that take?
I'd say you've spent at least half of your dash.
All right, then I'll head the. Is there a left way?
Yep, you can go left or right from this point.
Yep, left.
All right, as you start running left, hearing the slow clanking from the opposite direction. As you continue forward, you notice just up ahead, aha, light.
That's not necessarily a good thing.
That could also be a bad thing.
It is a very faint and bizarrely blue light. Not something you're used to, but also gives uncomfortable memories of something.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
I don't have many of those. Why am I having one of those?
It's a kind of blue light that reminds you of monitors, televisions, stuff.
Hold on, guys. I think I've got a scam caller that I'm going to bully the shit out of.
Okay.
Alright, well, I guess that's as good as any. Heading there.
You go ahead and make your way towards this room. It is a very large room that appears to be somewhat in the middle of however the stone curved corridor goes. As you see dozens upon dozens upon dozens of monitors, and as you gaze over them, you realize this is nearly every angle of every room inside the mansion you were just in.
Yeah. Interesting.
And as you look over them, you sort of trail off to the right and you realize there's a slightly larger screen as you see yourself in the room, but kind of from the top.
What's
Cool.
As you look up, there is a small black orb sort of affixed into the ceiling.
Alright, I don't know what it'll do, but I don't think it'll be pleasant. I'm going to spend a sorcery point to quickened cast with my bonus action lightning lure on all this expensive technology.
Oh my.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Well, at least they'll be flying blind.
Hopefully.
You launch out a streak of lightning as it wraps around one of the various panels affixed to the wall. And with as much tugging as you manage to pull aside a couple of the panels, knock them into each other, cracking and overloading them. However, it only does minimal damage to the rest of the wall. Before all of a sudden you hear this obnoxiously loud screeching noise. Not like a monster, more like electrical feedback. As you suddenly hear coming over a speakerphone, please do not destroy the camera system.
Huh. Well, you're not giving me many options here, and that ends my turn, so I stay in this plane.
All right. So, you very quickly hear clank, 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 clank as something is very quickly coming back and towards the room that you were standing in.
Okay. Well, is there a door on this room?
There is the doorway, the very large doorway you came in. Aside from that, the room is a dead end.
How large is the very large doorway?
It's about the same size as the rest of the corridor, like 15 feet. Well, 15 feet up, probably 10 feet wide. Hides rifle in pocket.
I mean, how else are you going to do it?
It's like, I know he can, but...
Well, I'm never going to escape if the cameras keep watching me. So I'm going to use more sorcery points. The last of my sorcery points, in fact. And I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt on all this expensive technology.
Alrighty then. Let's go ahead and roll some damage. I want to see how much it does. $24. As you just try your best, just line it up perfectly and just blast apart a large section of the screens. And as the lightning streaks out and blasts multiple screens, you see nearly every one of them just fizzle out and malfunction and overload, even some of them exploding in a shower of glass. Only one screen you manage to miss is the slightly larger one that is staring at you.
Okay.
That's fine.
This room dead ends. Does the entire hallway dead end, or are there other options than running back the way I came?
They're back the way you came. There was more hallway you could go that curves around.
All right. Full dash, use my action and bonus action to try and reach one of those corridors and turn down it.
Well, I mean, the room is large height-wise, but not large enough that it takes you more than maybe like 5 or 10 feet to get out of it.
Okay. Yep, I'll turn down a different hallway.
Probably still a good idea to run
As
it
you
like
go,
hell.
Takes you about 20 feet as you go and run out the room and start heading down the right hallway as your light shines over something standing in your way.
Down the hallway or directly behind me?
Down the corridor that you were about to walk down.
What sort of something?
The first thing you see is about 5 feet of steel. Maybe not less than even a foot width. But as you kind of put 2 and 2 together, you realize it's a leg. One leg of a 4-legged sort of almost crab-like, not crab-like. 4 metal legs that attach to a somewhat cylindrical body that goes up about another 5 feet to where there is a head and a pair of arms, sort of around where you'd expect shoulders to be. The arms appear to have mostly human-ish like hands, although very large, and with maybe a few extra fingers you would be almost uncomfortable seeing. And the head appears to just be an amalgamation of those black orbs you saw, with several of them detaching from the head, extending out via like mechanical tendrils. As all of a sudden you see tiny little white lights open up on all of the orbs as they all look down at you.
Okay, cool. What the fuck? Are the metallic clanging still coming from the other hallway?
Nope. As you turned the corner and saw this thing, you realize this is most likely the thing that was making the clanging, although at some point it must have turned around.
Okay, I'll try and run the other way then. Not back into the room I was just in.
All right. As you start running, you hear the clanging start to follow you, but then very quickly realize it's not gaining on you, as it has turned and entered the room you just left.
Oh! Okay.
Interesting.
The next thing you hear and see is the sound of sparks and welding.
Yep.
It is trying to repair the cameras. Oh,
yep.
Here we go.
You got Maybe
Alright,
5
well,
to
I'm
10
going to
minutes
use
tops.
all of my movement to turn down some sort of hallway. Generally trying to stay as far away from where I last saw Ares and Bologna. And
Last you saw either Ares or Bologna was on that first floor.
Yep. And my turn will end. And I'll stay on this plane.
All right. Takes you about 10 minutes of running around. As it kind of clicks in your head, you run around this sort of curved hallway and come back round to where you see the room that sparks. You try to run back the other way, realize it's quite literally one hallway that just loops around itself in a circle.
Who the
with
fuck builds like this?
with another hallway in the center that sort of allows you to go halfway across.
The fuck, Jermaine? Alright. I guess I'll have to head back up the stairs then?
I guess.
Well, up the staircase leads you into that single hallway that you entered in at.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna run in circles for the next 20 minutes.
As you investigate that hallway, you look around and you find what looks like a pair of maybe sliding doors.
Oh,
with
fucking
buttons
elevator?
beside. You wouldn't know what an elevator is, but yes, it's an elevator. Although it is not lit up.
Would I not? What are the chances of that? I did grow up in the ruins of places.
You can make a history check.
Watch me go catatonic right now.
God damn it,
Okay,
no.
we're safe.
Okay.
The one time I don't want to roll a bad history check.
You definitely recognize this an elevator, although this is the first time you've seen one that's in pretty decent condition. Most of the ones from the ruins are basically nothing more than broken down shafts that people have
It
to
would have
climb
been
up.
hilarious if in that one he just goes full on catatonic.
Alright, I'll try and open it, assuming there's a button on the side.
There is a button, although upon pressing it, it seems to do nothing.
Oh, lovely.
All of a sudden, you hear that same obnoxious feedback noise as you hear over a speaker. Apologies. The elevator system has been offline for quite some time.
Okay. How sturdy does this door look?
He's friendly.
As far as you can tell, it is a steel door, although you don't have a good guess as to how thick.
Back up the stairs I go. I'm not going to try and break open a steel door.
Back up or back down?
Is there a further down option?
Basically, you can go to the other end of the hallway that basically leads to the opposite end of the curved hallway.
Yeah, that's where I'm going, to somewhere I haven't been.
As soon as you come down the staircase, doesn't take you long to realize, yep, same fucking curved hallway. This room just loops in on itself with a hallway in the middle.
That's
that
not
appears
what
to
I
be
meant.
where
I already ran through the whole curved thing. I want to go back up.
there's no further up. There's the tunnel you entered in, which is left and right, but either which way leads back to the curved hallway.
There's no staircase?
There's not appear to be a staircase.
This
aside
place?
Aside from the set of stairs that lead up to the center hallway.
I want. Oh God.
Thank God there's no fire.
Yeah, you would be screwed.
Yeah. Cool. I'll spend my bonus action converting some spells into sorcery points.
All right.
My action. I'm gonna try and get this door open.
Bare hand situation, or
yeah, I'm thinking.
oh no, he's thinking. Is JD still fucking with the telemarketer?
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Oh, there he is.
Can you cast catapult sideways?
I don't know what that means.
I don't.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
It's only 1 to 5 pounds.
Yeah, the steel doors are just there. Well, while you try to figure out how to open a door, the rest of the party is charging at the Myers mansion.
Well,
and by this point,
ends, actually, I want to check one more thing.
Check one more thing. Okay.
Turn end. Nope, I stay on this play.
Okay.
Okay, so T10 somehow got himself captured, and we're now trying to basically bust him out.
How did you guess all of this? I told you nothing.
I assume you were telling us the situation on the way.
I've told you nothing. I'm in a rush.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first of all, why is T10 in trouble? Actually, never mind. Why do I even ask that? Why is he not in trouble?
Okay, I'm looking for an entrance other than the big one to see if there's a way to get through, or just we're gonna have to screw it.
All right. As you arrive at the gate, much like before, a Warforged walks up to the gate. Hello. The Myers are not expecting guests this evening.
Too bad, we're going in.
I'm sorry, the Myers are not expecting guests this evening. The manor is closed. You may return in the early hours if you have an invitation.
I walk
I
over.
am trying to
Don't worry, my friend here is just a bit drunk as I start pulling him away. What are you doing?
You got a better way to get in?
Do you have a more or stealthier way to get in? Going through the front door is going to get you killed. Or did you not see the woman that couldn't make a face? As I continue walking on the side, perceptioning. I'm looking for any sort of open windows, any sort of broken fence link or anything like that.
Well, surrounding the entire property is a 5 foot tall stone wall with iron spikes at the top of it. Past that is a small sort of courtyard lawn area. To the left of the mansion, as Mr. or not left, to the right of the mansion, sorry. As Mr. Ingrid would know, there was a large garden area.
We could enter through the garden. Is there a door?
The main thing is just getting over that wall.
Okay, firstly, how did you know there was a garden?
No, I'm asking, is there a door for said garden? I don't know if it's a garden. We don't know. I'm asking, is there a door over to the right side or
no? No. Other than the gate at the front of the building, the walls are pretty much just stone walls all the way around.
Okay, so...
By the way, I was looking over the ammunition for regular modern ammo. It doesn't have pricing, obviously, but if you put it in terms of crossbow bolts in a pack of 20 and modern bolts in a pack of 10 for the same amount of gold, it would be a modern bullet would be a silver piece each.
I've looked up the price.
Oh, wait.
Modern bullet.
No, no, I'm stupid.
I mean, I haven't done the math yet, but a pack of 10 bullets is 3 gold pieces.
Okay. So
I can get a couple of shots.
So how are we gonna get past the big guy?
Oh, it's not a big guy standing at the gate. It's just a normal. It kind of just looks like a robot butler, really.
Again, that's why I was referring to him as the big guy.
That's not the big guy.
Okay, there's a
There's a
garden
big guy.
around the side. There might be something there.
Are we able to get behind the mansion?
You would have to climb the mountain to do that, because basically the mansion sits alongside, like one of the mountain ranges.
Too bad we can't teleport in.
You have means of teleporting?
No, do you not get sarcasm?
I didn't think you were being sarcastic.
You
didn't really put on a
very
voice or anything.
And you're also talking to the one who's being honest 24/7.
That too. So we got 3 options, technically speaking. Someone here has to distract him long enough for us to get in. Somehow find T10.
I start climbing the wall stealthily.
Give me a stealth check.
Okay.
I just want to peer over.
Okay.
How smart does the robot look?
It's a robot.
I can tell you how smart it is. Uda, as you climb up onto the wall, kind of wrap your fingers around the iron bars, you look over to where the front gate is. At the front gate, basically just to the right, you see the Warforged quite literally standing there, just staring at the wall, waiting for someone to approach the gate.
Automated.
Do you want to toss a rock at it?
I lean over, holding my hand out for one to be handed to me.
Yeah, I toss him a rock.
Are we throwing a rock at the robot or just trying to get its attention?
I'm going to throw it past the robot on the other side.
Okay. Give me dexterity. Nice. You huck that rock, flies. As it basically bounces right in front of where the gate is. You see the robot get somewhat confused as it steps out in front of the gate. Welcome. Hello? Hello? Huh.
Okay, automated. Never mind. As I start
and after maybe a minute or two of just standing at the gate waiting to see if someone is coming, it returns to its post of just standing next to the gate.
All right.
I hold my hand out again for another rock.
I'll
give
hand
it
him
a second.
One. I'm going to toss it out further inside the gate area, in the middle of the area.
Yeah, you missed that one. You go to throw it and you let go just a little too early. It flies up and down.
I held my hand out again.
I give him one.
Another one. Oh, we're just giving you one. We're just giving you one
I toss
each
two at
time.
the same time.
This time you get a better one. So you're saying
Tossing
inside
in the middle of the walkway inside the gate.
Okay. The rock lands along the sort of cement pathway, or the stone pathway that leads up to the mansion. You see the robot you see the Warforged kind of turn, look over. That was an odd noise. Hello.
I jump down. Nope, he's fully sentient.
Shit.
Okay, never mind.
You want to hear me?
So who wants to
Yeah,
try to
barely.
Hello.
So who wants to try to distract him?
on my fucking headset.
Well, you're the
You're
first one to
fine, Blood
speak up
Archer. We can
about
hear
it.
you fine.
Yeah, no, I
All
turned
right.
my headset down instead of up, so I couldn't hear y'all, but y'all heard me.
Alright,
Okay.
yeah, I'm the most useless in combat, so I'm gonna try to distract him. You guys climb
Useless
over
in combat.
while
Wait, am I with the guys or no?
you are.
Yep, everyone is
drank you.
together.
I
You
would have
guys.
drank you if you
Xavier
didn't.
too?
Xavier decided to stay back. He is not interested in trying to break into what is close to the mayor's mansion.
Alright,
I think what
so
I'll do while we're traveling together with Xavier is I'll try to find more contracts so that we can make money, and then I give you guys money when you need it.
anyways, I'm gonna distract him. You guys climb over and sneak through the front door if you can.
Well, if you can get over the wall, then
The
you
front
guys
door
can
is
start
better
looking.
guarded. Uda and Alex know that.
That is true, but my character doesn't know that.
The front door has much larger warforges.
Why in the world would we go through the front door?
Hey, I don't know the layout of this place. No, I have no information to go off on.
Okay, if you had snuck. Okay. I understand you are as I do air quotes, entertainer, but have you never had the thought of how you would steal from people? How you would take from people? Any other thought other than just entertainment? Because going through the front door and taking something sounds more like, say, a bandit.
Well,
Really bad comedy sketch.
I did at one time, but that was ages before I started picking up music, and I just kind of shift tunes. So it's been a while, okay?
That's my point. Alex, Kibella,
Anyways,
you try to get his attention. We'll go try to get on the side of the house.
Well, here, entertainers gotta entertain.
I can't tell if you're joking.
I'm not joking on that one.
All right, then, Mr. Kibella, you come around the wall over to the front gate, and as soon as you step in front of it, much like clockwork, the Warforge comes around. Hello. The Myers are not expecting visitors this evening.
Oh, I am well aware. But I figured that
Climbing as he does this.
But I figured such a nice Warforged could use a lovely tune.
It kind of blinks with its mechanical eyes. I don't understand.
You see, I'm an entertainer by trade, and I want you to listen to my music, to relay that I am looking for work with the Myers.
I am unfortunate to inform you, I am not a talent scout for the Myers. Although if you would like to play a tune, I will not stop you.
Of course. As I start to play, being basically the signal of like, get going.
Oh, I've already climbed it. If I would have, if I could have.
I want a performance check because I want to see if he's playing a good song or a bad.
With advantage since I have actor. Natural 20.
You're strumming like a famous person.
As
the fucking Myers
jump
come
over
out.
the wall.
Like, what is that beautiful noise?
All right.
Well, maybe not that far.
Uda, you actually have a climbing speed, don't you?
Yep.
As long as you help everyone, you guys can get over the wall without much trouble.
Would this be
I'm
an
just wanting to roll myself.
athletics?
I'm not going to make you guys roll.
Oh.
You've got someone with a climbing speed, and as long as he gives some help, you can manage over the wall. It's a 5-foot wall with iron spikes.
It's more
Don't step on the
decoration.
spike.
Oh, I'm
Yeah, it's
taller than the
more
wall.
decoration.
I can literally see right over it. Like, over. I'm like I'm a whole ass 17 inches taller than this wall.
Doesn't mean
But
you
you
ain't gonna
guys,
step
I'm a
on that
whole 9
spike.
inches taller than it.
now, Uda, as soon as you are over this wall, you look down and something kind of clicks in your head. Every maybe 10, 15 feet or so, you notice at the base of the wall, there are those black orbs that you saw inside the building.
Son of a bitch.
Good thing I took the cameras out, right, Rue?
Right? It's a shame
Right?
if someone came and fixed them.
It would be a
Right?
shame.
How
Well,
fast can you fix the fucking fried board?
I didn't
Who
say
said
he fixed
anything
it
about
right
fixing?
now. I said something about fixing. Anyway, you guys are now in the courtyard, sort of to the right side of the building, where in which you guys can kind of go up this little incline of a half, half, half deep, half grassy hill, more like dead grass and patches, up into a little garden area.
Okay. Question about these orbs.
Yes.
Are they floating by themselves?
No, they're not floating. They're basically like when they were inside the building, they're like in the ceiling. And in this case, they're kind of almost tucked into the ground, where you can almost only see the top half of them.
Okay.
yeah.
Basically, the best way to explain it is very easily. Just imagine the like dome security cameras you see at supermarkets and stuff.
See, I can understand dome. I didn't understand sphere. I kept thinking a literal sphere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I suppose dome. I was trying to describe them in a way that your characters purposely wouldn't recognize them because it's not something you're familiar with.
Yeah, because. Never mind.
I could recognize some domes around the place I've been.
I would certainly say you haven't seen things like this before. This is a little different than what you're used to. The City of Light has more traditional cameras.
Well, yeah, I have more the box style, while this is more the round and modern.
Model.
The Myers are innovators.
I blame this on you, Eternity.
It is his fault.
Wrong.
This is all indirectly your fault.
Well, I'm kidnapping my own character. Leave me alone.
Well, your son is.
Right.
Anyway, I assume we're wanting to inspect the mansion itself for ways to get in.
Yeah, I'll be firstly looking at the garden area.
Okay.
Natural 20 investigation on any of the windows on the side of the area.
The number one thing you notice about every single window on the mansion, they are all barred.
Mm-hmm. And any cellar?
As far as you can tell, there does not seem to be any sort of cellar access, at least not from the outside of the building. The most that you do find is, number one, there's the front door, but you do find a sort of side entrance in sort of where the garden area is. And if you investigate just a little bit further, there is a single door in the back end of the building that appears to be sort of maybe a trash area. There are these large dumpsters.
We gonna go through the garden or back in?
Well, since this is technically your mission, as I then wave for you to walk forward.
I walk forward towards the garden,
Right.
closest to what I'm familiar with.
As you guys enter the garden, the place lit with moonlight, the beautiful flowers decorate these beds. No real trees, just various different flowers of different colors and designs. And you expect to sort of get that, maybe fertilizer or even sweet smell of flowers, but you get nothing. No smell of anything, not even wet dirt. As you very quickly look, all of the plants are fake, made of steel wire and cloth.
Uh,
Someone clearly doesn't know how to garden.
really.
I mean,
Seems
to
they
be
couldn't.
fair, I didn't know how to garden either. Not my son's fault.
Well, either way, I'm still heading towards the door, stealthily. Just to make sure that I'm not spotted.
I could
And go
mix
ahead and give
plants into an
me
alchemical potion, but growing them myself, never.
go ahead and give me a stealth check, Mr. Ingrid.
Isn't he wearing heavy plate?
Yes.
Those are some 12s. And you said you're going
Damn.
to investigate the door where the flowers are?
Yeah.
Alright.
Just to make sure that I
It
can actually
appears
get
to
in and
be,
no one's there.
You don't got past that trace.
it
Prepared.
is a single door, and it's one of those doors that has like a little window in it. Walking up to the door and looking through the little windows, you do not see anyone down the slight hallway. And as you try the knob, it is locked.
Anyone know how to pick locks?
Cabela
Back to you,
does, but he's not there since he's
Break off the
distracting.
door handle
Right there.
and just push it
I'd
open
rather
if that's what you want.
I'd rather not make a huge
I
noise.
unlock it.
Thank you.
I could have broke it with my shovel.
Not the smartest
Do
decision.
you have something that instantly unlocks, or do you just have your kit?
I have my kit. I gotta roll it real quick.
Yes. You artificer types, I never know what kind of trinkets you pull out your ass.
Neither do they half the time.
You're not
I
wrong.
never know what you're going to do. It's so complicated.
All right. An 18 managed to get through that lock. All right. As you guys open the door, you see, as we flip back to T10.
Okay.
I mean, the Warforged down there seems friendly enough, so you could ask him.
I'm going to sit here 6 seconds and try and etherealize.
Okay.
Come on. All right, I have 5 more now. 4 more.
Well, as a few seconds passed, all of a sudden you hear that feedback come on. I believe your friends have arrived.
Oh, fuck. Well, I mean, oh dear.
I would like to make a, as you might call it, offer you can't refuse.
It's sounding awfully like I don't have many choices in that front. Make your offer.
I can repair my systems adequately. However, assistance would make this efficiency double. If you assist me in repairing my cameras, I can neglect to inform my siblings of your friend's arrival.
Huh. Well, are you directly uh, under the control of the Myers, or not? I'm confused now.
Mm. Question does not compute. Please rephrase.
You won't reveal me or my friend's presence. Will you turn me in after I'm done assisting you?
I have yet to reveal your location to my siblings. As of now, I have no reason to do such. Unless, of course, you prove to be a problem.
No, I don't imagine I will. Let's get to fixing.
Thank you.
I'm going to end blink.
All right.
That would be awfully inconvenient while repairing things.
Yeah.
All right. You come on down. You go down to the little security room.
Yep.
All right. As you do, you witness that very large robot. Its fingers have all extended out into several tendrils that are attempting to repair, weld, reforge, melting glass into place. It is amazingly effective at repairing exactly this thing. As one of the orbs detaches from the main body and extends down right into your face. Hello. It is my understanding that organics introduce themselves. I am Horace.
Well, I'm T10, technically organic.
Up for
I am
debate.
practically organic.
How may I assist? I don't have a great deal of understanding about these things.
This is correct. I suspect your intelligence is low compared to my creators. However, you do have a great source of power within you. That is where I would request your assistance.
Okay. How great's the power? My first attempt or my second attempt?
Your second attempt, which, as you can see, as it sort of looks around the half destroyed panels, has caused a great deal of damage to this security room.
Fair enough. I will assist with my second attempt. How shall I direct it?
One moment, as you see it sort of place one panel back together and affix it into its space, where you watch it blink back to life. All the tendrils to return to the sort of hand socket as Horus seems to his body rotates on a sort of axis or on an axis while the legs do not as it starts walking out of the room.
Okay.
It walks maybe 10, 15 feet to the right as it sort of stares at one wall and extends out its arm down to the floor. As you see its sort of tendrils reach underneath the wall somehow, as you watch it struggle to try and lift something
Uh, I'll try and assist.
Go ahead and give a strength check.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Same roll.
As Horace speaks up. Negative. I would request that you overload my systems.
So into you then. Any specific point you would like me to aim for?
The head.
Particularly the chest cavity is where my main processing core is located.
All right. I place the crystal rod directly up to its chest, and I will convert the last of my sorcery points as well as another first level spell in order to make a third level spell and then cast lightning bolt, which leaves me with no sorcery points, one first level spell and one second level spell.
All right. As you watch lightning flow through the machine, you watch it lift up this wall very slowly, but it manages it. And behind the wall, you see something you have no idea what it is. But Horus reaches out its other arm, extending the tendrils and seemingly plugging in to whatever this machine is. And you watch as the lightning flows from it and into the machine, springing it to life. As various parts begin to spin and pump and shuffle. You all of a sudden have no need for your lantern as lights flicker on in the basement area.
I blow it out and hook it to my side.
As Horus disconnects from what you can now assume is the generator of this area, he lets go of the wall as it crashes down. Thank you. This facility is now at optimal power. Unfortunately, my creator found it best that this facility was shut down. But I am glad to see we are at 25% functionality again.
Quite good. Was there a specific reason why this facility was shut down?
I am unsure of the exact purpose, as I was not given that information. However, it is against my protocols to question that of my creator as it begins to walk its way down the curved hallway.
Fair enough, I suppose. I'll follow it.
It walks maybe another 20 feet as it stares at one of the outer walls. As you watch its tendrils reach out, open a panel on the wall, and it plugs in, as all of a sudden one of the walls shifts away into a sliding door that reveals a security room much like the first one.
Okay.
As Horace enters the security room, you see him begin to plug into several sockets, and as the screens spring to life, you realize these aren't the same cameras. This is cameras depicting a location you're not quite sure of, although based on the amounts of fire and lava, you could assume it's maybe somewhere in Roop.
Horus, very funny. The eye. Anyway. Well, I'll go ahead and wait while you deal with your. Actually, do you have any way to communicate with the people who came in for me?
I may have a method. However, that method will most certainly alert my siblings to their location.
Okay. Is there any other more subtle way you could guide them towards here?
Unfortunately, leading them to this location is currently impossible. The exit is blocked. However, I can guide them somewhere else within the mansion.
Would this place be safe?
It depends on your definition of safe.
Avoiding your siblings and the Myers above.
You see its head tilt slightly. You refer to Myers as multiple. There is only one Meyer in the mansion.
Okay, I wasn't sure. The one I spoke to earlier then.
Ah, Master Zane. Master Zane is currently in the laboratory, preparing. Ares is with him, as always.
Well,
Bologna is currently in the subspace.
the subspace?
Yes, the subspace. It is a form of portal technology that allows her to travel amongst the building freely. I
Can she
control
get
it for the
into
most part.
here?
Negative. The subspace does not reach this location.
Lucky break then. Go ahead and make your attempts to get my friends somewhere. Um, and also a way out for myself would be nice, but I'd prioritize them.
Unfortunately, I am unaware of a way to escape this area. In fact, I am unclear how you reached this location, as the entrance has been blocked for quite some time.
Well, I suppose I'll be resting for a bit then.
You enjoy your rest. I shall guide your friends accordingly.
Okay.
And with that, you guys enter into the mansion. As you do, I would most certainly say Uda is the first one to notice it. If you guys all start to head in through that door.
Yes.
The door is a small hallway that leads into further hallways that go around the mansion. But directly in front of it is one of those, black orbs / domes. However, this time, as you look at said dome, a little white light appears on it as it sort of stares at you.
I immediately hold my hand up against for everyone to stop, and I mouth and point to my mouth, "Hello."
The light kind of moves up and down rapidly.
I just crook my head.
You see the light sort of recenter itself, and you watch the light move to the right, back to the center, and then right to the right again.
What, take two rights?
I go ahead and do that. As I turn each corner, I'm go ahead and stealthily do it.
Well, as you turn to the right, it leads to a hallway, but the problem is the next right is there. The hallway sort of either ends or goes to the left. However, there is a room on the right.
Can I peek through a keyhole?
Investigating the door, there does not appear to be a keyhole.
Uh,
There's just a doorknob.
Hmm.
Is there any sort of slit under the door that I can peer under?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, so these are really tight doors.
Mhm.
For gassing the entire mansion.
I mean,
That's the entire mansion.
I mean, Jermaine set up some precautions.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't blame Jermaine for trapping his old damn house. Considering some of the bullshit that we ended up being in.
That's
I
not a
What about-
shitty
slowly
house. Her
open and
first
peer.
house got burned down by the Floragno government.
I'll slowly open it and leave it crack open to peer through. Blah.
as you turn the doorknob and very slowly open it, it appears to be one of the guest rooms, very similar to the one you found Mr. Ingrid in.
I just wave everyone
Um,
in.
Yep. Going in.
You all crowd into this room. It is not a room designed to fit 5 people, but you're all hanging out in here. A few of you might have to sit down to kind of get out of each other's way.
Any black orbs up on the roof?
There most certainly is one on the far right of the room. And as soon as the last person enters the room, the door closes behind them as you hear a loud click.
Oh, hammer out.
As you see the black orb, a little light comes on as it descends down from the ceiling attached to a tendril.
I am
That's where I'm
pointing my
gonna be like,
hammer.
and I'm gonna get in front of you for that.
Fuck.
Now, what do you want, little buddy?
As all of a sudden you guys have your ears bled for half a second from a loud feedback noise.
You sure
Hello.
those things are outside?
It is my understanding that organics introduce each other. My name is Horace. I am the active security system within the Maya's mansion. I am currently housing your friend, designation T-10. A strange name for an organic, though I'm not programmed to judge.
Name's Uda, buddy. Horace. So, can I ask why you're helping us?
I gave T10 as you would call it, offer he could not refuse. He has assisted in bringing my systems to full functionality. However, we have not achieved that goal in its entirety. He requested that you are safely escorted to the mansion and in some attempt brought to my location. However, the entrance to my location is blocked, and I do not believe you have any method of unblocking it.
What is it blocked by?
I am unsure. The elevator has been shut down for quite some time, and any attempts to reactivate it note a major blockage.
Well, I've usually gone through quite a few elevators. If you can point the way for me, I can probably check it out for a second.
If that is the location you desire to visit, I can make it available to you. However, in revealing it, that will undoubtedly reveal Bologna your location. I have attempted my best to not alert her attention.
And I thank you very much. He's a very pretty design, but oh boy.
Bologna is designed as a infiltration unit. She is innocent on the outside, deadly on the inside.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I chose the right choice.
I would agree. It was in your best interest to gather your full team You appear to be very capable. However, Bellona has more than one trick up her sleeve. It is best that you avoid her entirely. Double so for Ares.
How did T10 get down there?
That is unknown. My surveillance system does not operate appropriately down in this facility. All that I know is he arrived.
What do you mean? How do you think he got down there? He's teleported before.
Has he teleported through walls before?
Well, honestly, I don't know what he's capable of doing. You guys don't talk about much.
Trust me.
What is he doing right now?
He is currently resting.
I have a gold piece in my hand and I'm slowly shaving it to dust.
That doesn't sound too bad after this wreck. As I literally sit my ass down and lean against the wall for that.
And I don't know any of this because I'm still outside playing basically a freaking orchestra.
Oh yes, you are just having a damn good time, and even at this point, the Warforged is clapping along to your tune.
Mm-hmm. In the back of my head, I'm like, what's taking up so long?
I got a few more ballads up your sleeve.
It's a good thing I know quite a few songs.
I would advise against a rest. Bellona is currently in the subspace. However, the subspace can enter this room if she feels that it is necessary.
All right then.
It is best you all make a decision quickly of where you would like to go. I will escort you to the best of my ability. However, I make no promises that Bellona will not follow.
What we have to do is get through the elevator first things first.
Hold on. And Bellona can't get... Can Bellona... Where's Bellona able to go with this subspace?
Bellona is capable of visiting any location within the mansion.
Are you within the mansion?
I am below the mansion, in my surveillance facility.
So she's not able to get there?
Mm-hmm. Not through the subspace. However, if the elevator was cleared, she could physically enter the facility.
Decisions made. We're leaving.
What do you got?
But we don't got anything. T10 got himself down there. He has a way to get out. Sadly, I can open it up, but it does mean that she'll be able to get down there physically. And we don't have much time being here left.
Is there any other way in? Anything sealed off? Or is that elevator it?
Well, here's the thing. We could possibly get this man, as I point over to Kevin, to turn into something small enough to get into the chambers, but I don't even know if there's enough cracks in the elevator for him to go through.
Yeah, it would be inconvenient just to get stuck halfway.
Shit.
As long as it's nothing smaller than a quarter, you could turn yourself into a mouse and get through.
Wait. Actually, we can get down there. We'll go on the hill. We'll see you a little bit later. And, mind directing us out, but without, too much hassle, please? As I bow my head.
The door you unlocked is still currently unlocked, if you would like to exit the same way you came.
Morv, can you give us a heads up if Bellona's coming our way?
As of yet, no. She is unaware that you are here. I have neglected to inform her of your arrival.
You're the best.
Thank you. I was designed to be that way.
Go
Oh,
horse. And I'm gonna just wave everyone out, out, out.
With
Mind
that, you
explaining?
hear the click. Oh no, he was speaking out loud. You all heard.
No, I'm talking
Well,
to Uda.
I got kind of an idea, yes.
Mind letting me in?
Let's just get out first.
Yep.
the door is unlocked, and if you go back the way you came, the door that you entered in is also still unlocked.
That's the
And-
plan.
Yep. As they still hear music, keep going.
And we jump over the fence, hopefully stealthily.
As you go over to where the fence is, you can't help but notice that one of the domes yet again has a little light in it as it sort of watches you all.
I wave goodbye.
You notice it do that up and down motion like it did before.
Mm-hmm.
And I help everyone above.
All right.
Or everyone in the wood.
So, from where I'm standing, would I be able to see the party?
Normally, yes. But with your amazing performance that's gone on for maybe like 30 minutes, you started to draw a crowd, half of it drunk, but you're now playing like a mini concert of just amazing. What you have a lute or a violin?
I have a violin.
Your violin is you just have like people cheering you on, like encore, encore. Even the Warforged behind you is like, this is a wonderful performance.
So I am more or less distracted. So unless I'm given a signal like a "Hey, we're done,"
Yeah, no, I'm ignoring him.
of course you
The
would.
less bodies, the better. Hey, the less people, the better.
Do you want to
And not
inform the
much
party of
anybody
your
went up
plan, Uda?
front.
Yes, please do before I go back in there and barge my way through.
So as I throw my hand over Kevin's shoulders, as we've seen, this man's already he had a wonderful digging skill. We can go under.
Okay.
It just involves a little bit of climbing and a lot more digging.
But yeah, I'm still
No.
playing because I have no idea if the party is out or not.
Yep.
Alright. Kevin, start digging once we get over there.
My character would probably stop
You
at
guys
like
go on ahead.
my character will probably stop at like the 3-hour mark if he hasn't seen the party come back out.
3 hours? That's a long time.
3 hours. Dude, you're
Yeah.
busting through albums.
Dedication. Oh,
Dude, you're gonna play through the same stuff multiple times.
Well, it's an orchestra. Orchestras tend to take hours.
You're
So-
alone.
Then,
Yeah,
So,
that doesn't mean I can't
Here's a
play good
standard-
songs.
a standard 10-track orchestra with an average time of 10 minutes is only 100 minutes, my guy. That is under 2 hours still.
Yeah, you assume I don't know a whole lot of songs, but
so
You kinda done.
So at the end of me explaining that, I'm going to say, you guys can go on ahead. I don't have any digging utensils on me. And I have no idea how far it's down to go. On the other hand, I think I'll go get him as I point to the giant crowd.
You do that.
And
Kevin?
Kevin, Are you capable of turning into a giant badger?
Yes, badger.
Giant badger, make them a
Alright.
tunnel.
There goes the tunnel.
Badger.
How far from the center does it look like?
I don't have the thing in the beast.
That is
As
All you need
fair.
is the digging speed.
As I said, go over the mountain a bit and then start digging.
Yeah, it's okay. It's what I meant. We go to where the flowers are. Well, the fake flowers.
No, outside
No.
the wall, bud.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I meant. Like
outside.
outside of the wall where the flowers would be.
Oh, you mean across the way from the flowers?
Yeah.
But yeah, as soon as I see Uda, or if Uda makes himself known,
Just throw a rock at him. I don't know, that usually works.
So as you're doing that, I'm going to start kind of moving a little forward as I pull out a little disc and I start playing the first 6 seconds of I'm a Barbie Girl on loop.
of course, this will probably interrupt me and stuff as I look over towards that direction.
And I start dancing.
And everyone's attention is eventually as the violin concert ends. Very slowly, people start looking at you. Give me a performance check, Uda.
Let's go. Performance.
You're doing a pretty decent dance. You got a pretty good dance going, but everyone's like, "What the fuck is that? What is a What is a Barbie girl? What is it? Who's Barbie? What's the song about?"
Barbie.
And
A very popular
Uda, you
toy
get a
from
few.
50 years ago.
Uda, you get a few boo boo. This is a lame second act. Fuck this concert. I'm going home. As the crowd starts to disperse.
Yeah, well, it was fun while it lasted. I say, you really know how to bring down the mood, do you? Don't you?
Oh, it's just more fun that way. You ready to home?
Yeah, I'm ready. You got T10?
Not yet. As we start walking.
What do you mean by not yet?
They're gonna start as we continue walking down the way past about hopefully 60 feet away or more, where they can't read my lips or anything. They're gonna go onto dig on the.
What is it
Somehow
like?
he went to a basement area.
So he got himself locked up in the basement.
See, that would be the simpler answer, but that's not T10. So, let's head home to the vampire and see how she's doing.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, let's go visit the band.
well, it was fun to play while it lasted.
Surprise! The guy that we were meant to protect has been sucked dry. The fools! I've been waiting for this all along.
But got a question for you.
I mean,
What the
at this
devil was
point,
that
that's
song?
just frosting on the cake.
It is icing, not frosting.
Frosting.
Icing.
So, what was that song? I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, it's just a song. I'm trying to fix up these little discs I find. At some reason, I can only get them playing on loop.
Okay.
All right. You saying that now, no matter what song it is, it only plays the chorus of the song.
Well, that's because
Hallelujah.
6 seconds. It's only allowed to have 6 seconds.
Oh my god, you just have discs that play TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah, effectively. So you're trying to
Banana, squish banana,
get it out of this loop?
Trust me, it's a lot more difficult to understand.
Meanwhile, me and Kevin are currently digging through the earth to
You're
try
not
and get to
wrong.
this basement.
And
He
I need to
is
sleep
about
after
to
that
dig
little
in the
performance.
hole.
That's for sure.
Sorry, say that one more time, Monkey Bell.
Well, I said I need some sleep after my little performance I was doing.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to be going for that long.
Am
Hey.
I allowed to move around while resting? What are your
If you're
rules?
wanting to take a short rest, you have to at least be sitting down to do it.
Okay. I want to take a long rest eventually, but I'm not tired right now. So you know what? Short rest doesn't get me anything. I'm just gonna explore these hallways looking for anything of interest.
With the lights on, you're now able to see things just a little better as you notice, every 5 or 10 feet, all around this curved hallway are little panels little panels like the one that Horace opened, and you kind of can figure out where the sliding door would be, as it appears there's dozens of these surveillance rooms.
What? Do they got all of Arcuus being seen?
They're spying on the world.
Just out of interest.
I don't know if I should be creeped out or amazed.
Both is good.
I kind of have a mixture of both going on right now.
You bring the professor down here and start living underneath the Myers Mansion.
The only problem would be food,
Yes.
water, a bed to sleep, and a place to research.
Possibility of there is a problem that if you can get the professor down here, then that means that's one more way that the actual people upstairs might find a way down and then cause problems.
Yeah, that's not exactly the best plan.
It was a joke.
It was a joke that I found funny.
Does Horace inform me that my friends are trying to retrieve me?
You can ask him what they're doing.
Oh, by the way,
No,
would
I
they
need
have heard
to-
music throughout the surveillance system or no?
Yes, through multiple
don't-
shut-throughs.
I'm busy. I don't ask Horace anything. I sit down and start my short rest, and I start reading history and the legends of the Dragon Slayers.
You would take notice that every once in a while, one of Horace's little, head bobbles detaches and kind of gets a closer look at you, just like looking over you for a minute, and then retracts back to his head.
Cool.
Otherwise, so we have Kevin and Ingrid, and I assume Lorelei hanging out in a hole.
Digging a
The
tunnel.
three of us digging tunnels.
Dig,
I
hole.
would specify 10 feet below from the mansion, and we dig towards said mansion, ideally towards the center.
Probably a good idea. And I mean, you can technically help, because I see no reason why spiritual weapon can't take the form of a shovel.
Sure, I'll use a second level spell slot to do that. Sure, I'll do it.
No, it's a jackhammer.
You can't do a jackhammer. You wouldn't
I
know
don't
what
know
a
what a
jackhammer is.
jackhammer is.
No, but it would have been
Exactly.
funny.
All right, so Una and Mr. Kibella, you're going home. I'm curious why.
I'm curious why too. Just dude that said, "Let's go back."
That is not the spell description.
So
Sorry,
why
I
are
was
we
looking
heading
for
back? We could have probably helped.
I dig very well.
So.
I climb, I don't dig.
You know, I actually did thank you for the rock climber.
I don't climb rocks.
I meant as you climbing mountains and stuff.
I climb skyscrapers, buddy.
The hell's a skyscraper?
A very tall wall.
And you do that how often?
How old am I?
So as long as you can remember.
No. It's more of a question. Look, it's a lot of math based on that stuff. Question. I did a lot of things in my young age, middle age. I learned a lot of things. Point is, I've done a lot of things, and it's one of my things I've done.
And yet you refuse to dig into a mountain?
I don't have a shovel. It's nighttime. Where am I going to get one?
The market's usually active, but most of the shops are closed.
What? Not gonna touch that.
The DM said last time before we visited the market at night that he said that it was still active to some extent.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there are some people that are shopping well into the evening,
So
but there is something to be said that it might be better just to get out of the giant badger's way as opposed to be in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
shovel isn't using to dig the tunnel itself. It's being used to shovel the dirt out of the way of the tunnel.
Yep.
Yeah, we have a burrow speed versus a guy who can hold a shovel.
Well,
So
actually, come to think about it, probably we'd just be in the way of something. So
Just realized that. And I continue walking to the house.
you are quite
window,
rude. You know that?
water wheel, water wheel, but it's basically your guys' house.
Well, I wasn't the one who stabbed me, so, you know.
All right. So you guys arrive at the water wheel. You see it is mostly dark. The professor is sitting with a candle, reading some books inside, and writing notes.
We're back.
Oh, yes, welcome back. What
Well-
was Mr. Ingrid screaming about, by the way?
Apparently, T10 got himself into trouble again.
That. Anyway. What were you doing with the ingredients we brought you?
Oh, I was planning to study them to see, well, to see how they would affect mortals. Obviously, hollows can consume them without any ill effect, but I wasn't sure how they would affect someone such as myself.
Question. Would the whole incident at Wheatbriar be written down as a historical document or no?
Not one that you have.
No, but I'm saying a lot of people getting sick for no reason would definitely be caught on the wind.
I believe we've gone over this one, and it's been way too long ago, hasn't it?
it's A, too long ago, and B, wasn't widespread to begin with.
It
Fair
was
enough.
Yeah,
one
it was.
little town in the middle of fuck
Yeah.
all nowhere.
It was only one town.
Fair enough.
So, shit. What was I?
Hey, Silver, how are health issues in Uganda right now?
God damn it, that's creative. I hate it. I love it, yet I hate it.
All right.
Well, is
Anyways.
there a way to test if someone's a hollow accurately?
Aside from after their first death, unfortunately, no.
Then it doesn't make sense to be testing on mortals, as I do air quotes, when you can't even tell if they're mortal to begin with.
Wait, we do have a vampire, but I don't think she would agree to test.
Well, no, the
Mortal.
the experiments were not quite literally I'm going to eat the corn. I was checking the chemical compounds and the magical elements to
Oh.
it. I was not just feeding them to rats.
Oh, well, I feel dumb.
But you're not the scientist.
But still, somehow I'm smarter than Kevin.
I'm smarter than Kevin? That's not saying much.
No, but it
I'm
is saying
glad
a
you
lot.
said it.
I'm glad he's self-aware about it.
I'm an idiot in game and IRL. I know.
Holy crap, he's self-aware.
I don't hide it. I may like books. That don't mean I'm a nerd. I'm a dork,
All right.
not a nerd. Two different things.
Okay.
So, Uda, I assume there's some reason you came here.
Well, in all honesty, well, I don't exactly understand where your tests are going from there. It, where are you exactly thinking this whole hollow thing's gonna turn out? I was hoping I'd find someone so I can get rid of this mock, so I can at least ignore some of the fucking stares.
I see. Admittedly, the testing of the plants was less for the sake of research and more so for the sake of availability to live there. If the food was safe to consume, then there was almost no reason I couldn't be in Pathos. But I've yet to confirm or deny that. As far as my research goes, I'm currently working on it. There's a few leads I need to follow up with, a few scholarly friends I'm writing letters to.
So you're testing the chemical composition to see if you would be fine eating it?
Yes, unfortunately, with us being unaware of how hollowing is transmitted, there's no reason I can't assume that odd vegetation is a source.
Well, better safe than sorry, I guess.
But at the very least, until I hear back from a few of my scholarly friends, I won't have much of a lead to follow. Not as of yet.
Well, once you do, let us know, and we'll see if it leads anywhere.
Oh, yes, I fully intend to. You have been a great help in my research, well, at the very least, in protecting my research, I should say.
Well, do be wary. We're probably gonna have to head out soon. So, we're probably gonna have to say bye to the sister, and, yeah.
Either that or quote unquote disappear for a few days.
Well, Mr. Meyer wanted me to say, quote unquote, take out T10, unconscious or kill, he said. So he's kind of, yeah, you can get what I mean.
I see.
We
Should
don't even know
I
how to get into Neos, and that's so far the only job we got so far.
start preparing to pack up things?
More than likely.
Just in case.
All right. I will finish this last letter, and then I will have to ask Bernadette to command the armor to help us move things around.
She can command those? How?
Yeah. It seems she's capable of speaking their language, so to speak.
And I was really hoping to learn this.
Well,
I mean, I doubt you can be taught overnight, but you can always attempt to ask her.
I mean, leave
The
it to...
language is unfamiliar to me, and I'm not entirely comfortable asking her too many questions.
You know, I just realized something. We made another big enemy.
No, it's not an enemy he wanted to take. And why is it even an enemy? It's a man that wanted to take someone's life. Why is it enemy to begin with?
Well, one, he's going to be hunting that specific person down, including the people
I
that got him out.
understand, but it's still. Look, I don't want to hear about having people's loss and all that. There's plenty of that around the world. Let's get the hell out of here soon. I'll say bye to the sister and see if I can learn anything about getting them to learning what language they speak.
Or at least figure out what it's called so that we can figure out as we go.
As I said.
Right. Anyways. Do you need any help, Professor?
As of this moment, no. I'm going to finish this letter and then start putting things away, I suppose.
Alright.
If you want to join the rest, they up the mountain somewhere, find the hole. I don't know if they hit it or not. If they didn't, make sure you hide it with a bush. I'm gonna see either to the sister.
I'm probably gonna write a few songs. And probably hit the hay.
So how's the digging?
Excellent question.
I mean, the burrow speed is 10 feet, and that's within 6 seconds. So every minute they're getting about 60 feet through.
So
Can't even dash?
I think it requires...
Yeah, you can technically dash bonus action.
Yeah, he technically
So
could.
20 feet.
So at most they're going 120 feet if they're full on dash every 6 seconds.
Alright.
And that's a...
No, 120 feet's accurate.
Every 6 seconds? It's every minute.
Yeah, that's correct.
I said within a minute. Or
No, you
Whatever.
said every 6 seconds.
well,
Someone said every 6 seconds, and I didn't know which one it was.
I don't know either.
Alright. How are we looking after some time, DM?
After a while, you are digging a pretty damn good hole I'd say honestly, close to half an hour of digging, you finally get somewhere. And by somewhere, I mean a dead end. As Kevin, your claws are digging, and all of a sudden, ow! As your claws slam into solid steel.
Do I hear a metal noise?
You do not.
Think I found it.
I just open up an area and be like, maybe we could have someone open this magically. But I need to clear out an area.
I don't like what you're thinking of, honestly.
Oh no, I think I know exactly what he's thinking of.
Hold on, with my knowledge of things that have passed through.
Thinking like maybe if we
locate-
use like heat metal on it, we can then hammer it open.
Hold on. With things that have passed through my sight and all the deals that have been made over the years, I would have been able to find something over time that should be able to break steel as a tool of sorts.
Breaking through steel is not necessarily a problem. The problem is, like, a steel sword is vastly different from a steel wall. The issue becomes thickness. The thicker it is, the much harder it is to bust through it. So,
And we have no idea how thick that wall is.
Hmm.
And assuming it has no bank, I would estimate at bare minimum maybe 2 to 3 feet.
I know what a drill is, don't I?
you might know what a drill is, at the very least a hand crank drill.
Drills aren't meant for steel.
Yeah, that I don't
Yeah,
think that would work.
at the very least,
Then
a
by
hand crank drill of any kind, you do not. It's not an eventually, it's a probably never.
Yeah. All right, Kevin, what's your idea?
But steel, I can't really go through that with my claws. But like, you could probably break through it if you like heat it up and hammer away at it.
Heard worse from you, I'll give you that.
It's like I have heat no, I don't have that prepared.
I
I think Bell has
Yeah,
it,
we don't
though.
know that you do, though. That's
yeah,
the thing.
I have it, but I'm not there, so I wouldn't know
And we
about
don't know that you have it, so we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, fair.
All right.
I mean, you might, because he's casted it in front of you guys before.
Yeah, I casted it on swords and stuff, so
uh,
On items our party members were currently holding.
no, it was on enemy targets most of the time.
all right, hold on. I'm just gonna give it a few love taps with my light hammer that I've gotten. How thick does it feel, if I can determine that?
It's not thin. You don't have a very accurate guess of how thick, but I mean, it's thick enough that it's much bigger than anything of like a sword.
Crap, that's thick.
Yeah.
Gonna go for a few big swings, see what happens.
I will tell you what I won't tell you what happens. I will tell T10 what happens.
Yeah.
As T10 You're kind of disturbed from your short rest as you look up at Horace, as all of a sudden his white lights have gone red.
Shit.
Has something gone wrong? Did Bologna find the place we're in?
Negative. Bologna is incapable of reaching this location. However, there is a security risk from the outside.
Ares, then?
Ares has not left Master Zane's side. He is incapable.
Can you tell what the risk is from in here?
Unfortunately, no. My surveillance system does not leave outside the facility. Well, not the outer side of the facility.
All right, can you show me to where it's occurring?
I have rough estimations as he begins walking around the pathways. As he sort of kind of points vaguely at a wall. Somewhere past this surveillance room, possibly 5 feet.
How thick is the walls? 5 feet thick?
Affirmative. 5 feet of steel surround the facility.
Oh shit!
All right. Well, I'll check it out. I might not be able to. Well, I should be able to come back. Oh dear. Well. All right. I'm going to convert all of my remaining spell slots into sorcery points in order to make a single 3rd level spell slot and cast Blink.
All right, give me a roll of the dice.
This has been fun.
Yep. Just be sure to fill a.
As you cast your spell, Ares looks down at you. That is unnecessary. It is a security risk. It is a security risk. However, it is unlikely they have any tools capable of breaching the walls.
Well, I already cast the spell as 6 seconds passed.
So might as well.
Also, if there's a way out, I would prefer to leave.
But you have not restored the facility's power.
Would you like me to continue to work on that?
I believe that was your intention. That was the offer I made.
Fair enough. I had assumed that you could get it up and running with what I gave you.
Negative. You are a valuable source of power. I do not have any other sources of power.
Well, I can return depending on what's on the other side of the wall.
You see not Ares. You see Horace kind of straighten up, sort of head bobbles, kind of look around. Warning. Bologna has left the subspace. She does not appear to be in the mansion.
Uh-oh.
Strange. I wonder if she is the security risk.
Oh, well, I suppose we can continue to wait.
It is in our best interest. If Bologna is the security risk, I fear you would not fare well against her on your own.
Certainly true.
Get you anyway.
Well, I can begin to recharge you with my lower level abilities, but it will take me a while to restore my greater abilities, and I'll cancel blink.
As of now, there is no need to rush. This facility is inaccessible from the outside. Please, take your time.
Would the lower level ability help?
Unlikely. The generators require a large amount of energy to be jump-started. After they are jump-started, then they should be able to restore their proper functionality.
All right, then I'll need to rest, like fully. I'll sleep in the first security room, I suppose.
If that is what you wish.
And I'll go find a place to sleep.
All right. Ta-da! No one's a good person.
Really, Alex is just swinging away with his hammer, trying to get through this 5 feet of pure steel.
It's just like, maybe making a dent.
Shit. Someone else want to have a go?
Well, you don't have a pickaxe. This would take forever. With a hammer.
With the pickaxe, not going to go very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a pickaxe it wouldn't go very far as well, but it would do something.
I think a pickaxe would just fly off. With a hammer, at least I hit something. At least I'm trying here, alright?
I know you're trying. I'm not complaining.
Plus, you aren't even here. Why am I pitching to you?
All right. Well, Bill, I believe you are on the way back because Uda told you where the party was.
Yeah, but the question is why.
You're not there.
I guess I could head there, check up to see if the party, just to make sure that they need to get some rest and stuff.
So, Uda, you make your way upstairs. I assume because you're looking for Bernadette.
That is the reason.
You head upstairs and you see her currently feeding one of the phase spiders. Although she is facing away from you, so you can't tell what she's feeding it.
Ah, hello, sister.
Oh, hello. Hello, Uda. What can I do for you this fine evening?
Just a quick heads up, seeming like we're going to be heading out a bit earlier than we would have liked.
Oh, that's a shame.
And I was a bit curious about the language of the Amas.
I was wondering when you'd start to ask about that.
Well,
You see,
you did say you were resting last I saw you.
True. They actually speak 2 different languages, if you're curious. They are languages of my people and theirs.
Your people and theirs.
Yes?
Do vampires have some sort of special language?
You are aware I'm not just vampire, that's it. I was something else before I was a vampire.
Were you a queen?
You're not here.
Yes, she was the queen race.
Take us to
I
the
can
queen.
tell my humor doesn't get off very well.
As the back to the conversation. Uh, Before I was turned, I was a Yuan-ti, if you've ever heard of them.
I couldn't say.
Well, if you are to believe the scriptures, which I do, both the Yuan-ti and lizard folk, once upon a time, were birthed from the mother as a single race. That race split off into the savagery that is lizard folk and the, call it, cleverness of the Yuan-ti. Yet we share languages, both draconic and abyssal.
Well then, that's a rather interesting pair.
Yes, to be quite honest, it's bizarre. I haven't seen suits of armor built for lizard folk, well, ever, actually. Most lizard folk tend to be a bit more tribal, and most certainly none of those suits of armor are human by any means. Well, I would assume not exactly human.
Was it lizard folk guiding the cart in my vision?
I don't think we specified.
We
Yeah,
did
I
not.
don't think we did.
It was just guards.
Yeah, I think we just said that they
Guard
were
and
guards.
guards and an unknown banner.
Yeah.
So maybe once they were considered one race, they may have been intelligent enough to make armor.
That wouldn't make much sense because these armors aren't exactly old.
Not that old, at least.
They're on the side of a road. I would have figured someone would have gotten fucking hugged by them before us.
Mhm.
Fair enough. Or who knows? Maybe. I don't know.
And they've been hanging around for a few decades. It's more just a matter of when they were active or not.
Me back.
Oh, was.
But huzzah, you now know that the armor speaks both Draconic and Abyssal.
Oh.
Yeah, time to never learn a language.
Well, good for you because I understand Draconic. And speak it.
Well, since I don't have the exact ability to speak any of those, do you mind having them help us move all of our stuff onto the cart we have?
Oh, I suppose I could do that. If you don't mind me asking, why is it you're in such a hurry to leave?
Well, do you remember a strange-looking friend with the weird fat side face?
Yes, the metal man.
Yeah, well, one of the big dogs here decided that he wanted him for a lot of money. I refused, and he didn't like that, and now they're trying to get him out, and I'm just making sure we're ready to head out.
Hmm. And which big dog did you piss off?
Oh, Mr. Maya.
You see her stop, turn, and look at you with this sort of what the fuck expression.
And I'm smiling with glee and closed eyes, like, yeah,
Day
I
2,
know.
guys. Day 2.
Out of curiosity, who do you think the Myers are?
Well, I met his sister, and she's rather nice.
All things
But,
considered.
from what I've known, they're just the rich peoples that well, have the big houses.
The Myers own and founded the Drama Trading Company. The Drama Trading Company is the primary method that almost every country uses to trade amongst each other. The Myers not only have their grips on every corner of Marcello, they have eyes and ears just about everywhere else on top of it. If you've pissed off a Maya, I'd recommend jumping to your knees and begging for forgiveness and hope they only take your head off. They're
And you
not anywhere
see
really
my
to.
concern.
I see your concern. It's too late. If you've pissed him off, you're already screwed. There's nowhere you're
Well,
going
no.
to go that he's not going to find you.
Well, no, it's more of he wants T10 and, well, they can probably head off by themselves. And he let me off, kind of, but, well, technically, I'm the one that would have to go in hiding. The rest of them can. Okay, look.
Different campaign, same situation. We all fucked up and gotta hide constantly.
It's not any one of our faults, nor is it any one of us to be blamed right now for or the fact that one man is greedy enough to steal another man's life away because he just said, "Oh, you look pretty. I think I'm going to take that and see what I can make of you." From the stories I've heard of vampires, you do it for or the fact that you are doing it as a the something and pray. Fuck, why can I not remember the name?
Something and prey?
Hunter and prey.
Predator?
Predator and prey. Thank you.
Well, we can enthrall people, and depending on the power of the vampire, depends on how long that can last.
Okay, that's
But
scary.
it's slavery. That's 100%. Taking over someone's mind, influencing their thoughts. Although it's slightly better for slavery than quite literally throwing someone in chains. But either way, you're kind of misunderstanding the situation. It doesn't matter whether he's right or wrong morally. He's the one in charge. He's the one that gets to write the book that says whether you were right or wrong.
So what? Kill the man? And be killed immediately after? I saw the thing that guarded him.
I am not recommending you kill Amaya. Believe you me, it's not something that's easy to do. There's a reason I live down in the slums and not up where the rich people live. I'm recommending you find some way to make peace. Because, quite frankly, your friends and yourself look quite talented. But you're going up against the world. You need a better plan than run away.
Please help the rest. And then I walk out. And I head to the Myers.
All right.
Yep, I'm
Uh,
probably almost
Kibella
there.
arrives. Kibella, you are the first to arrive there. As you see Ingrid, at this point, very tiredly, banging on a wall, just basically doing nothing but making noise.
What are you guys
Oh,
doing?
no. Trying to get through.
Um, do you need help?
Yes.
Alright. I don't think this will work, but screw it, as I cast heat metal on the wall.
What you really have to do is you gotta heat it up and then flash freeze it.
Yep. Alright, does anyone have anything cold? Like, really, really damn cold!
No.
Then it would be pointless then. Okay. Basically, do you know what happens when you superheat an object?
Specifically metal.
And then douse it with something the exact opposite?
Can you just heat up the wall already? I don't need a lesson in science.
Fine. But you're probably not still gonna do anything.
Alright.
As I cast the spell.
All right. The wall obviously isn't going to make a Constitution save, but you watch it. A decent sized section of the wall just light up with orange energy as the metal heats up.
Bang. 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 Bang.
At least with it being heated up, you can tell you're slightly making dents.
Just,
Yeah,
All
but
right. And
problem with
after a while,
yeah,
Uda,
because I have the whole
you
concentration for
make
a
it,
minute.
Mr. Uda, you make it to the entrance of the hole.
Oh, the Myers.
Oh. All right, hang on. Where are we going? What are we doing?
I've
Front gate.
come to bargain.
Zane, I've come to bargain.
All right. You're at the front gate, and as before, the little warforged comes to the door. The Myers are not expecting visitors
I
right
know
now.
where T10 is.
All of a sudden, you see the front door open up as Bologna is standing there. The
Good.
warforged flips around very well as he unlocks the gate and lets you in.
I continue walking.
Bologna steps aside as she lets you in. So, you've come to your senses and decided to help us.
So, am I going to talk to the man of the house, or do I talk to the maid?
I'm gonna choose to ignore your little comment there. I'll take you to Mr. Meyer right away. As she starts leading you down some of the hallways. Eventually, you see her lead you up a set of staircase. And as you go up the staircase, you kind of notice with every step, not so much that the wood paneling of the stairs is creaky, but it's bouncy. Like the panels can move. But you head up the staircase without any issue as she leads you to a room. And one thing you take note is the second floor is a lot more barren. There's not really anything decoration wise, no paintings, no special fancy curtains. Even the doors look very plain. As she leads you to a particular door, she goes to reach for the handle and stops. I have to ask before I open this door. You're not particularly squeamish, are you?
Oh boy, is it set of blood?
More or less.
I just cover my eyes and just have it where it's just only seeing the ground. Go ahead.
She opens the door as you first see what looks like white tiles. You hear sort of this sparking noise, as well as the sound of liquid and these sort of bubbling vats as you just continue to stare at the floor,
And
just
then
kind of
I
walking.
reveal.
As you look around the room, you see on one side of the room appear to be machine parts hung up, attached to body parts hung up, whether severed or full torsos, heads with computers basically sticking out the skull. All Warforged that have been pried apart bit by bit into basically piles of scrap metal or just barely hung up.
T10
And
would
I,
not have enjoyed this room.
With a 10, I would certainly say you barely keep from vomiting, but you're very nauseous from the whole sight. The right side of the room appears to be vats of most, well, organic matter, or what almost look like half-grown fetuses and various creatures. And at the farthest end of the room appears to be a surgical table where the undeniable Ares stands right next to a Zane Meyer dressed in surgical gown, apron, etc., etc.
is there an open operation table?
There is a surgical table right in front of him, though he is standing in front of whatever he's working on.
Okay, so it's only one of them.
And as you kind of step a bit into the room, Zane does set down his little equipment and turns to look at you, wearing some welding goggles as he pulls them up. Well, well, well. Nice to see you back, Uda. I hear that you've got some good news for me.
Oh, I just said I know where he is. I didn't say it's good news. Because, as I'm going to say right now, I'm not going to tell you where he is.
All right.
And I go ahead
So
and
then
let the
why?
door shut.
The door probably would have been already closing by the time you came in the room, but yeah.
You just walk, say, maybe 4 feet closer, just a little closer. I'm not going to show any hostility.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I hardly know the guy, and I'm sure you have plenty of questions, but I can't just have you as I look around and I just wave my hands. Do whatever you want with him. Is there something I can bargain at all?
Bargain. Offer me something better than that little. Hmm. Well, I'd need I'd need a good example of what you're capable of doing.
Uh,
But if you
Well,
think it's worth more than your little friends, I can certainly put you to work.
I have worked on a few gadgets every now and then. I have magic trinkets I've collected around every now and then.
He holds his hand up, sort of as if to stop you. No, no. I find it highly unlikely you have something on your person I want. But there's plenty of things out there my father worked on that I, well, can't get to yet. You're a scavenger. I already know that. It's your whole thing of delving into dangerous, falling apart ruins to dig up gadgets. What I'd be offering you to do is, break into high security places and steal tech that I want.
You know, that sounds a lot easier than what I was actually hoping for, or what I was actually thinking, as I kind of like eye the bodies.
Oh, don't mind them. Few little passion projects. So tell you what, I'll make you a solid deal. Hmm? I know T10 hasn't left the mansion. He's still here somewhere. Don't know where, but he hasn't left yet. And you're saying you know where he is. Now that's interesting to me. You do a nice, good couple of jobs for me. And as long as those jobs go well, up until our business has concluded, I will refrain from, as he does little finger air quotes, kidnapping your friend. Hmm? I'll even throw in some gold for you to make it a bit more beneficial.
Well, you're mighty kind.
You have no idea. Do we have a deal?
I'm more questioning, should I spit my hand for the handshake?
That's up to Uda.
I mean, he hasn't extended his hand to shake yours.
He didn't
Oh
even
no, I
want to
know.
take our normal hands, dude.
Oh no, I know. Thing is, he's surrounded by dead bodies. He shouldn't be a germaphobe.
Yeah, you're right. He probably shouldn't be. Because looking around the room, other than more or less the only places that are clean are places blood splatter hasn't got to yet.
Hmm.
I just reach out for a shake.
He just smiles. Don't do the handshaking thing. Your word is good enough by my means.
Yeah, just feels awkward.
You can shake Avery's hand if you want to risk the broken bones.
I'm not strong enough for that.
So, want to know a fun little secret? Since we're, working together and all.
I'm sure you're dying to say.
Oh, I always what can I say? I'm not quite as tight-lipped as some of my other family members. Horace already told us about your friend's little escape plan. So I already got a pretty good guess where T10 was, but couldn't exactly confirm it because Horace is being all nice and tight-lipped like he likes to be. But hey, I've got you on my payroll now. This will be fun if things work out. And if they don't, I can always just hunt down T10 again.
Would be very much bothered by that, so please don't, as I just smile and have my eyes closed.
Don't get killed. So, I suppose I should probably tell you what I want you to go find and steal.
As it is, boss.
Hmm. Out of curiosity, how much do you know about the Golden King?
How much do I know about the Golden King?
The most you know is what people generally know.
Which
The Golden
I don't
King,
know.
generally people understand, or at the very least anyone that's encountered the Black Guard understands, he's the one responsible for funding them and is the Golden King that has taken refuge in Doquer.
Claire. Oh.
And that is where we will end the session.
Woo!
Sleepy.
Makes sense.
Boy.
Ta-da! You guys have a side quest to go to Doquer now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we talk like real quick out of game? We're gonna totally mess this guy's shit up, right?
You're welcome to try,
Well,
but
I'm not gonna say in front
No,
of the
I don't
DM.
think we're fighting Zane. I think we're leaving him be. Honestly,
Yeah,
this
bro.
worked out strangely amazingly because our current mission is to feed information about him to his sister.
That is
Now we're
true.
on his
So it does kind of
See-
work out for us.
I hate being a
The
lapdog.
session.
Hey, but you saved T10's life, kind of.
Kind of. We postponed.
We delayed only the inevitable. He's going to want him eventually.
Can I use this as a means of assassinating someone, this spell?
No, that's not how that spell
Um,
works.
Oh,
Because
heat
it
metal.
makes a
Bro.
plant grow.
Oh yeah, Zane's
So what if I
buddy
put a
should
seed? So what if
or not
I
Zane.
what if I throw a seed down the throat?
That doesn't work.
It doesn't work the way you want it to.
Damn it!
I forgot all about Lorelai's elf friend. Was he at
He's
the
currently staying at the water wheel, just
So
trying to give information to.
Thinking about after we get through this nonsense to do some contracts, and I can either have Uda come with since he said he wanted to make more money, and or Xavier.
Fucking
Doesn't
side
have to kill
quest. We're gonna
involved, just has
end
to
up
help.
in fucking Golkiri. I just know it. Either
okay,
Golkiri or Arubra.
okay. Let's not try to mess this up this time around.
Well, it's like probably like something is we need or just
All I
do
was
something
doing
over
with my
there.
character, besides having to run to the restroom, is write down notes in regards to like trying to put clues together that I would have learned from Xavier prior.
Mhm.
Anyways,
I've just been
I'm
mole
gonna end the
brain.
live stream on my end and head off to bed.
Yep, you go ahead and wrap up stuff, Silver.
It
this
was
was just
it was power nap time. I was literally entirely out of spellcasting resources.
this was an entire convoluted way of getting a new side quest.
Yeah, this was the weird roller coaster of choices
Johnny,
when it
did I
came
miss
to
any
making
EXP
a
drops?
side quest.
I'm at
No, no one's
10,391.
It may have been
No,
convoluted,
the same
but
as
if
everyone
Zane
else.
forced me into that room, I would have probably died because I would have attacked.
So Johnny, what's everyone else at? Because I'm at 10,391.
That's where everyone
Eternity, you've been the resident tracker.
Yeah, no, it's 11,591.
11,591.
11,591.
Yeah, it's a big
Yeah.
difference than what I had.
Yeah, we haven't had any XP drops because there hasn't really been much combat or progress
I
wise. You guys,
escaped 2 robots.
That's not really combat. That's fleeing. There's a
Not-
difference.
Still count for something.
It was pretty difficult, though.
Mesky fled for his entire life and showed up as a really high level
It
character.
literally used all of my spell slots to do that.
Yeah.
Fucking Ares and Bellona and Horus. Oh, Horus, he's gonna be fun.
Oh, I like Horus.
Oh yeah, Horus is fun.
All of them are fun. I just haven't
Yes.
fully written all the rest of them.
How you say that, but probably have no idea who these characters are.
Yeah, I know. And I'm already mad at Bellona.
I don't blame you.
Bologna. Who the
No,
fuck
but
is Bologna?
if Zane
You've not been
forced
paying
me into
attention.
the
Bologna's the one that's been teleporting into subspace.
Yeah.
if
The
Zane
fuck?
if Zane pushed me into the bloody experiment room, I would have been trying to kill him, and things would have gone bad.
Yeah,
To be
because
fair, you
you.
would have woke. At most, you would have woke up in the bloody surgical
That would
room.
have been worse.
Yeah. Because
'Cause you-
remember, he specifically wanted to knock you out before he took you anywhere.
Yeah. I think it was so that way you didn't know your layout of the house.
Mhm. Although, admittedly, I don't think he was ever. He most certainly expected you to escape the room because Bologna was more than ready to get you, but he wasn't expecting you to go under the house.
Yep. Into the one place that they cannot go.
What would have happened
With all-
if Ares successfully hit me on his full strength down punch?
You probably would have been knocked out.
I was not
and...
asking you, Silver.
Well, I'm gonna go, so see you.
Anyways,
Yeah,
later,
but yeah.
guys. Alrighty, the party has finally got a side quest. And now, our party must figure out a way to keep in Zane Meyer's good graces. For now. But until then, we'll see y'all mates next time.